Okay, so here I am again in 7 Days to Die, and I've been doing a bit more building and decorating. Less of the building, more of the decorating. So my first one, I did a luxury villa, an underground base. We're in version 2.4, and in previous iterations of the game, you could dig yourself a nice underground base and stay safe from zombies. Not quite the case anymore. You can't really stay safe from them, but you can stay a lot safer, I would say, than you would anywhere else, other than preparing your base for a zombie assault and really upgrading it. So I decided what happens if you go the opposite way. So again, I have gone for pretty and practical. I'll show the practical side first and then the pretty side afterwards. So obviously if you're a practical person, I will pre-warn you when we reach the bit where you're going to look at it and go, oh my goodness, Talif, you've wasted so many materials on decorating. What's wrong with you? Yeah, you can grunt and groan all you want. We're not here to kill zombies today. Okay, there we go. It's a very brief distance away. I am, of course, here using B-Dub's vehicles. So, I've also not only used a high-up building, I used the... Why am I searching? What is wrong with me? This is the problem with me in 7 Days to Die. I'm working as if I'm playing. I'm not. I'm showing. So, as you can see, we've got the Zillion Tower here. Now, this is, a two-skull building. As you can see, Zillion Tower. It's 1.5. So, you're not getting rid of a massively useful POI here, okay? You know, it's not loot heavy. You know, it's not zombie heavy. So, you're not really losing anything here. Made a few moderations down below. Not too many. I've turned it into a blood moon base. So at the moment you have some lights, but most of all what I've done is I put these grates in the floor so you can shoot down. And obviously I've done the same with the lift shaft because I don't want the little buggers climbing up to me. So I've made this a nice drop-off point. I might actually put some traps down here. I have not done so yet. You can see they've already started smashing stuff. So I have adapted this because again, you know, they are going to do some damage, but they're not going to be able to take the entire of this bottom area out, so they're not going to destabilize it massively. I mean, unless you really have your zombies you know, really hiked up and they are really damaging to buildings, I doubt that they're going to be able to take the stability out of this POI. Okay, I think we're in the clear. So let's head up. Yes, I do have a high level of parkour, which is why I'm able to jump that high. You may need ladders to go down slightly lower. Obviously, I think you want them about 3 off the floor, really, so the zombies can't grab hold of them and get up. That would be ideal. A swap. So what I've done is I've put this ladder all the way up the side because, you know, I don't want to climb down inside the building, attract zombies in there. I don't like climbing down into enclosed spaces. At least with this ladder I can climb down, I can jump off any which way and then run away if there is a horde of them. So at least I can get some distance between me and them and then deal with them as I wish to. What I don't want to be is caught in an enclosed space with them. So this is the reason why I have built a ladder all the way up the side of the building. And that way I can come in. Also, from this point here, you know, I can survey the surroundings as well. Not only because it's not a bad view. There's Hagashi across there. Not only because it's a really nice view, but also because I want to be able to see what's going on. And if you're playing a sniping character, it's perfect. You can see I have a little ledge running around the edge here. That was already here, incidentally. And that means that I can use this ledge. If you're careful, obviously you can move along that ledge. You can use it to snipe zombies down below. Right, so as we head in, please ignore the noises. Okay, so this stairwell goes all the way down. Like I said, practical points first. We'll head down. Didn't take too long to clear out this building, to be honest. Again, it is in the snow zone because I like the snow zone because I can obviously use it. Did I smash that door off? I did. So, yeah, the snow zone is one of the best places for loot. I say one of them. Obviously, you've got the wasteland, which is better. So, let's... you know, I get dizzy going down here. Like I said, you're not really taking out a massively useful... I think I put my power supply in here, actually. So, on this floor, after clearing it out... Yeah, you can see in here I have my... I actually have some fuel and everything in there. That's my generator for the downstairs lights. So I'm actually going to switch that on. There we go. So if I switch that on, there we go, nighttime. I'm actually playing on this server as well with another account. I actually have feral sense on at night. I hate that thing. They find you wherever you are. So, yes, the Blood Moon base, there's not a lot to it at the moment. I put these grates in the floor so I can shoot down, I can fire down. This was already here. So I haven't made too much use of it at the moment, but as you can see, I've got lanterns everywhere to produce a nice amount of light up here, not too much heat. Secondly, I do find that the lights they have in this game just do not pump out enough, not enough light for me. You know, other people may be able to see by it quite clearly. I have sight issues, so for me a lot of light is completely necessary. And again, I've put all of these in so when the zombies, you know, come in during a blood moon and come down the bottom, I can shoot them, snipe them, whatever. And also with these windows missing, I have been tempted to put some scaffolding ladders up there so that I can shoot out and they can't shoot in. I've not done so yet. I mean, obviously, my point is, at least if you turn this bottom area into a Blood Moon base, they're not going to be able to take out the whole of the baseline of the POS here. Damn you, feral sense! I should really have the devs ring of fire or something on just to prevent them from coming in at the moment, but... So there you go. It just goes to show you can shoot them almost anywhere. I'm going to go away, so hopefully they go away. And I might have to come down and deal with a mini horde after the video is done. But that'll be after the video, not now. I won't try turning the generator. I was thinking if I turn the generator off, maybe they'll go away, but no, I'll deal with that afterwards. So, yes, so this place, as I said, you know, it's a... 1.5 stars, 2 stars. I mean, like I said, you're really not losing a crazy loot POI here. So it kind of makes it ideal because when you do build upstairs, you are quite a distance away from the zombies. Because you're quite a distance away, they don't normally, you know, detect the heat too much. Secondly, you're so far up that, again, you know, it's really not going to affect too much. They can scream and wail all they want down there, but you don't have to deal with them until you get down there, and then you can deal with them at your leisure. Meanwhile, up here in our penthouse, you can actually, you know, you can craft and get everything done at your leisure. Also, once you've removed those bottom stairwells, you have an entire POI here which has a lot of computers, a lot of filing cabinets and stuff like that that you can break down, giving you a large amount of materials which you're going to need. Extra resources, any, you know, 7 Days to Die player will tell you, never a bad thing. So yes, in here we have storage. I have all my boxes against the wall, they're all labelled. And yes, I've dived into the creation kit again so that I can put up a few posters. You know, I don't see why you can't have the posters, why you can't just lift them from the world. I mean, at the end of the day, as I've said before, Guns, Nerds and Steel created a lovely mod. I'm sorry, console users, I know you can't use mods. But yeah, he made a lovely mod which meant you could go out into the world, you can pick up posters, you can take some of the decoration stuff, and it gives you the option of having it, but you have to go out and collect it. And not only does it take up an inventory slot, which, as we all know, you know, are precious, but yeah, it also means you actually have to go out and find them, so you can't just have them. It's not like me here dipping into the inventory and just having them. So here we are in the upstairs. I have repainted, so this is not how you find it. I've remodeled a little bit. So for practical players, over here I have a kitchen. I have a kitchen setup. I have my storage boxes up here. I have my camping stove where I'll cook and prepare the meals and all of my drinking material. I have a fridge over here. I don't think the fridge came with it. I am pretty sure I dropped a fridge in there because I like putting all my prepared meals in the fridge. As you can see, there's nothing in there at the moment. It's all gone. Not using this base. This is a display. So yes, as you can see, I've got storage boxes in here. Very practical kitchen. Again, I put an Atcho's poster on the wall. All the posters have been added by me. They're not already here in the building. Workshop over here. See, I really like that picture as well. I had to take that from the creation section. Like I said, it's just a great shame that they don't allow you to have those or even create them in your inventory or even buy them. But I guess this is not meant to be a base decoration game, you know, we're meant to be hunting and surviving the apocalypse, so... As you can see, I have 3 forges going, and with that amount of heat you are going to attract screamers. Fine, shoot them from up above, get yourself a bow, get yourself a rifle. You can always take them out quite quickly before they detect you, but either way they're going to be below. Carry on crafting, carry on doing what you're doing, carry on making. 3 cement mixers here. Now round this way, you can see, yeah, I've got posters all over the place. Another workbench and 2 chemistry benches. One I use for creating fuel and one I use for creating gunpowder. The gunpowder's, once I've been out mining and that, is almost constantly cooking. The fuel one I generally tend to use for creating fuel and other sort of meds and supplies since it's not on the go all the time. Again, you can access the food boxes from this side. So a very practical workshop, I would say, here, and that means that you know, you could have a small group in here as well. You know, you may not be able to have, you know, too many players, but again, great for a single player base, or actually also great for a group or you know, a few players. Like I said, I'm not sure about a large group, but certainly good for a group. And obviously you've got this little room around here. If you so wished, you could hang your sleeping bag in there, turn that into a little bedroom for survival if you wished. You know, I'm pretty sure you could maybe just fit a couple of beds in there. So as you can see, this is the workshop. Like I said, very practical. You can also see that up above I've used the lanterns again for light. Plenty of light around. Don't generate heat as far as I'm aware, so they make a wonderful lighting system up here. And again, from up here you can see through the windows, you can see everything that's going on out there. I have already tested it. You'll find with storms I have actually replaced some of the windows where they were broken, so I am completely free of storms and that. If you are a practical person, more room for bedrolls just here, so you would be absolutely fine. So Blood Moon base below, materials, resources, workshop and kitchen all up here on the upper level. And obviously if you wished, you could also put your bedrolls and stuff. So that's the very practical side of thing. Again, you don't need to do too much setup. You've not really compromised the stability of the place, and you are quite a way away from the zombies. So if you want to go down and shoot them during the night, go down and shoot them. You want to jump down and fight them, jump down and fight them. The option's yours. But if you honestly just wish to be able to get on with your crafting and stuff in peace and quiet, then something like this, pretty much ideal. Okay, so practical people, you're going to want to go and switch off now. Okay, this is where we get to the section where honestly, you know, if you're on console so far, you're fine. You know, any of this stuff is, you can open your creation section, you can get any of this stuff is available to you. You know, so far, no mods used, all practical. And for those practical players as well who are playing vanilla, yep, everything you see here is all fine. You can get hold of any of it. However, as I've just warned you, if you are the type of person who does not like base decoration and resources being wasted, you know, it will be very soon time to turn away. One thing I forgot, there we go, my seeds and garden stuff. Great element of the game, survival. It's all very well having your kitchen. Right, Tal, where do you have everything? Okay, so there was a little bit of destruction went on for stability. We no longer have a giant tower up the top there. When I was replacing windows, I may have found that the tower stability was attached to the windows. Anyway, that aside, lanterns up here. I have obviously repainted it. It doesn't look like this normally, but I've decided to place all of my gardening stuff up here. Again, you're pretty safe up here. So far I have not been attacked by vultures, so I would say that's pretty good. That tower really did a number, didn't it? Anyway, I have my dew collectors up here as well. You can see that I've got 2 dew collectors so far. Again, if you were not worried about spacing them out so much, you could have more. You could absolutely have more. And round here as well, you know, you have another little side room here. I'm pretty sure you could fit a few more things in there. You know, if you have helicopters or gyrocopters, I'm sure you could turn that into a nice little shed garage for them. As you can see, all of my plants and all of my requirements are up here. You could quite easily double up with. I mean, honestly, you could keep a small group of people supplied here. You know, it's great for even a lone survival playthrough. See, I have my mushrooms in here as well. The hell? Am I hearing things, or did that sound like the hissing of a snake? Really? It's just me, isn't it? Can I walk over that bit? Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's one of the benches down below. Reasonably sure. But yeah, you've got plenty of space up here. You've got plenty of space for your veggies, your fruit, you know, and everything else. Yes, I've repainted it again. Not necessarily something that you have to do. You can keep it raw, keep the POI as it was. Then, I mean, you've still got a bit of space up here. Like I said, when I was fixing the windows and stuff, unfortunately the stability went in the huge tower mast that was here. I mean, to be fair, you could have a lot of fun. Probably buying yourself some shit drops and throwing yourself off the top. Very quick way of getting down. Who knows, you can even have a sniper sit up here while you take out, you know, the stuff over Higashi. Obviously your map's going to be different from mine, but thinking out loud there. But yeah, there you go. This is why I think, you know, Zillion Tower, good choice. I mean, you could do this effectively with any of the towers. The only reason I chose Zillion Tower is because it's very low loot priority. Even in the snow zone, it's a very good, which is what makes it ideal. I'm not taking out a major POI here. You know, I'm not ruining it for anybody else. It's a 2 skull at best. Right, practical people. Now you do want to turn away. We're about to go into the decoration side of things. Also, console players, we're about to hit a modded section. So, I mean, you know, if you want to stay around, you want to have a look at what I've done, please feel free. If you are the type of practical person who doesn't like to see a waste of resources, and also you can't use mods, you might want to turn off now. But otherwise, I've decided I'm going to have a luxury sleeping area. Not just a luxury sleeping area, but when you come in, I have to say, Red Sonya's, who used to be Zentensity's unnecessary but beautiful. Now, that mod has been taken over by Red Sonja and is being maintained and kept by Red Sonja. Thank goodness. I'm also using the Red Sonja's plumbed in solutions, which gives you working sinks as well. As much as I like the dew collectors, I find them to be a pain in the butt. I mean, honestly, the idea of dew collectors is fine, alright, I suppose. But the fact that they generate heat and... stupid. Anyway, that's my personal opinion. And that is, again, why I'm using these mods. Those two specifically by Red Sonja. And this is very much the reason. Arcade machines. Off. Off. There we go. Let's turn those off for the moment, at least. So yes, I have arcade machines inside the base. So when I fancy a bit of R&R, I can, you know, I can play on the arcade machines. And here we have the bedroom. I'm going to turn the lights off. So again, this is Red Sonja's unnecessary but beautiful. So as you can see, I've quite a few decorations around here. I'm going to turn my little headlight on. So I have some nice bedroom shelves there with a few bits of memorabilia on, pictures and stuff. I have a wardrobe, well, I have a chest of drawers and such here. Nightstands for putting various clothes and bits and pieces in. I'm not quite sure why we got a working Ferris wheel, but we did. For some reason we got a working Ferris wheel. Anyway, I decided to put that up. Some nice picture portraits to go on the wall. Nice working TV. You can see we're in the zombie apocalypse, and for some reason I've decided that in my bedroom we're going to watch and play 7 Days to Die. I know. Weird, right? Okay. So you can even turn the little nightstands on and off. Now I must say they don't generate a lot of light, so don't expect them to go lighting up your room, but they're not supposed to. They're bedside lamps. Also, we have a full-length mirror there, which obviously, you know, that would take a lot of more performance off the game. But they don't actually work. But even so, I think they still make this room look, you know, pretty good. I know you're hungry, you'll just have to wait. Stop your whining. So that is the bedroom. Like I said, it has been repainted. The building certainly doesn't come like this. So working our way around, just here. Here's the dining room. Again, you know, this is the mod Red Sonja's unnecessary but beautiful. Provides tables, chairs, plant in the corner, paintings up on the wall. And again, you've got a lovely sort of view from up here of the city surrounding. I was almost going to put a door in there, you know, and turn that into a nice balcony. Didn't get time. And then around here, you can see we have the kitchen. So again, a nice little fridge there. Again, you can use it for storage. You can put whatever you want in there. So yeah, you've got a nice amount of storage there. You can put all of your cooked food in there. Again, you get these lovely little got these little storage sections. You can put your cans in there, all your materials for cooking and such. Obviously here we have the fridge. As you can see, you know, is a working fridge. So you can produce water, murky water in this case. Let's have you produce 5 murky water. There we go. So it's going to produce us 50 there. It's going to take a while. But, well, only a very short while. But there you go. That's because this is, as I say, modded. There we have coffee maker. Now, I do like the stove. Again, it acts, well, just as you would expect, really. It's a stove. You can do all your cooking on here. Food. And if you wish, your drink. Toaster just there. I'm pretty sure the toaster works as well. Toaster works. tuna fish gravy toast. I'm not sure why you would, but you can, and that's the point. So yeah, very nice mod. Makes this place look wonderful, and even if you decide that you don't want to use those, they do look wonderful. They look absolutely nice inside the kitchen area. Moving round, we're going around to the luxury lounge area. You can see we have nice nice fires here. There we go, nicely glowing. Lovely little living room here. You can see you've got the plants. Again, you know, you can just sit down, read the paper, or probably yesterday's paper, since papers are no longer being produced. Who knows why? Who knows where you got the paper from? Who knows what the paper says? The mystery continues. Either way, you can sit down here in your lovely, you know, couch, sofa, in your lounge area here. Very unusual pictures framing the walls. You know, put your feet up. Sit down, put your feet up, you know, watch a bit of emergency broadcast system channel. But either way, you can sit back and relax. Way above the zombie hordes. Leave them moaning, screaming and gibbering downstairs while you put your feet up and relax. Maybe play a few games, you know. Bring one of your friends over. You've survived. Why not? Put your feet up. Play a bit of console action. Moving round. Again. See the rest of the city from up here. Watch them all suffer. Then in here I just made this into a small office. So this is obviously the elevator. Thankfully the elevators don't work, you know, because I'm pretty sure I would end up bringing my character here, sitting down, you know, the door would close. I'd be, what the bloody hell is going on? Get up, open the door, only be surrounded by zombies that were waiting for me at the bottom. We all know that would happen. Thankfully in this game, the elevators don't work though. Again, just here we have you know, necessary but beautiful mod, providing us with desks, computers, pictures. Yeah. Nice little office area for me. So there we go. That is the luxury area. Like I said, if you're a practical person, you definitely wanted to have switched off at this point. You're looking at an unnecessary use of raw materials and stuff. So in here we have, see, it's cold outside, but we have a lovely hot bath here. Make yourself some hot water. You've not got time for that? No? Well, in that case, do your business. Wash your hands. Fresh towels, of course. And if you haven't got time for that hot bath, just take a nice hot shower. Now, you can actually get that. I'm pretty sure you can get that working. Do I have... Oh, I don't have my electricity tool on me. So I'm pretty sure you can actually get that working. And you'll actually see it has the effect of water coming out. Showers are wonderful. Now, I do remember I used to have to punch them, actually. I hope that's not the case now. Try it. Does that work? No. Well, there you go. You can even stab the showers. I wouldn't recommend it. I actually need the electricity tool. Normally, you don't actually have to attach them to electricity. All you do is attach the wire and then detach the wire, and that counts as on. And then you would actually see this shower in working order as the water comes out. You can't collect the water, you can't drink the water, you can't do anything. It's purely aesthetic. But it looks good, and it means that your character can then end the day with a lovely hot shower. I mean, probably good if you're on a role-playing server or something like that. They're like, hold on a second, we're in the zombie apocalypse. Where did you get all this clean stuff from? Nice, new looking. Well, there's plenty of it out there. Everybody's dead. You can get it from houses, surrounding houses. You can get it from stores nearby. You know, the transporting of it over, that, you know, that's what materials are for. That's why you made it. So that's it, really. That is Zillion Tower. You have your gardening area at the top. Then you have your workroom, forges, and practical kitchen. Also on the top floor there. Obviously, you know, I've built my own personal luxury area below. and then the Blood Moon base below here. I'm just going to go and see if they've buggered off. Now, where would you park your vehicles and that? You'd have to put them in your pocket. I have not... Good grief. I have not seen a place here yet where you could perhaps store your vehicles. Maybe you could, though. I mean, if you can think of an area where you could store your vehicles, or a way you could have your vehicles, you know, please, somebody's very angry, aren't you? You guys are very, very angry. Wow. So, yeah, if you could think of a place where you could actually store your vehicles besides your pocket or your inventory, you know, inside this building, I mean, would you make that the bottom floor? Would you dig, say, a garage underneath this tower? Might undermine the stability. But otherwise, yeah, where would you store your vehicles? Would you do anything differently in this tower? Would you have the rooms differently? How would you proceed with it? Either way, if you've watched this far, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please do leave a like. If you'd like to see more of this sort of stuff, then please do subscribe. But otherwise, wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, whether it's morning, noon or night, I hope you're doing well. And until next episode, that's goodbye from me.